Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to talk about our spending habits, and specifically I'm going to talk about my beauty spending habits. And if you're interested in this, do stay tuned, and if you haven't been here before, do consider subscribing because I upload at least 5 videos a week all about makeup and beauty, and this video in specific I'm going to be spilling a little bit on tea regarding spendings. These questions actually came from Hannah's room, and she tagged me in this. She actually sent me this, and this is the beauty spendings tag, and she sent this over to me because she knew I was doing a little bit of a low buy, so I thought it could be fun for me to just answer this and just have a little casual discussion with you about spending, because I feel like sometimes when it comes to spending on beauty and on YouTube, we get a little tangled sometimes in the way that creators spend, and people get a little bit upset, and I just want to talk about how I see it. Oh, and I did film this look, by the way. It is coming later this week. Do check the description box if you're interested in new things that I have on my face. I will link them down below. But yeah, this look, it is coming later this week. So there's not that many questions. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions. So this is gonna be easy. This is gonna be a breeze. These are really hard-hitting questions though. But the first thing is, when do you buy something new? And I am gonna be totally honest with you. When I feel like it, when I feel like buying something new, there will be, and this is maybe what I should start with, because when it comes to me and when it comes to beauty, and I think that this is the part where a lot of people miss this detail. That's actually a really, really huge detail when they talk about beauty influencers and the way that we spend our money. And it is that I am not spending my money technically when I'm buying stuff for my channel. I'm spending my business's money. This is my job. I am running what I will call it like a media business here, and part of my job is to review new makeup. And of course, when you're on YouTube, you can choose yourself what you want, like choose your own adventure, what you want your channel to be about. And for me, my channel isn't 100% about reviewing makeup, but it's definitely a big part of what I am doing here on YouTube. And for me, the reason why I started doing YouTube the way that I like, the turn that my channel took, is that I didn't find videos on a lot of the brands that I was intrigued by, which is indie makeup. So I started to review it myself instead, because I was like, I'll do it. I'll do videos about it. I love makeup. I could do this. How hard can it be? How hard can it be? Famous last words. But yeah, I just took it upon myself. So when I am spending money buying makeup, I am not taking money out of my food account. I'm not taking money that should have gone to my rent. I'm not taking money that my husband could have spent on something. This is money that is going out of my business account, and then my salary is coming out of my business account as well. So I'm not taking money out of my salary to make these purchases. And I think it is a distinctive difference to make, because I am not telling any of you that you should be out there spending money like someone that has this as a profession. The same way as my grandfather, who ran his own carpenter business. He had so many tools. Do you need that many tools if you're just building a bookshelf on your free time, or applying or assembling some IKEA furniture every now and then? Of course not. It's all depending on what we do and what we need. So for me, when do I shop for myself? If I find something that I really want, I will spend money on it, but I never really shop spontaneously for me out of my salary. If I find something I like, I will save it in a saved folder and I will think about it. I will deliberate with myself if this is something that I want. When it comes to my business, to YouTube and to makeup, if I find something that I think is going to make a good video, or something that I'm genuinely interested in reviewing and trying out, then I am more spontaneous, more impulsive with my business money than I am with my salary money. Because with my money, like my account, the money that goes to rent and food and all of that, there could be days in between me spending any money at all, because not that I'm frugal, but I'm a little bit more deliberate with what I'm spending and when. Also, I'm not wearing false lashes today. Huh, I thought about that now. Look at me, but I like it. It's nice, right? Give me a little confidence boost for not putting false lashes on. I also feel like it's really important to think about like how much money are you getting in versus how much money are you getting out. And I see sometimes the whole story being painted online of influencers or beauty YouTubers spending more than they're making. And I will say that anyone that is getting even 100,000, 200,000 views a month is most probably not spending more than they're making. I'm just gonna be totally honest with you. I don't see that happening because I know that a lot of bigger YouTubers have given us this whole spiel of AdSense is just pocket money. But for most YouTubers that have this as a profession, I think that we are all making sure that when we are spending money for a video, that we are fairly sure that we are going to make that money back in AdSense. So spending my business money, that is spending to investing. But I also, and that is what I've been saying with my low buy, I want to be smarter. So like, how can you be so good with YouTube? And I'm not, but I want to. This is the task that I'm trying to, like the mystery that I'm trying to solve for myself. The task. I'm in an escape room. I'm not trying to solve the puzzle. How can I still be a good YouTuber without spending too much money? And that's where I'm at right now. Am I interesting enough to make good videos without spending money? That's the question. And that's where I'm trying to task myself with to hopefully be a better YouTuber and to hopefully be a little bit more interesting. Is this video that? I have no idea. You tell me down in the comments. Question number 2 is how much of your spending is influenced? I will say one of my favorite, I know some people hate this, but one of my favorite times when it comes to YouTube is during the Sephora VIB sale, because so many people are putting up videos being like recommendations. The amount of things that I will buy from Sephora based on other people's recommendation videos, ooh, that could be a category in of itself in my like Excel spreadsheet on how I'm spending my money. I am so influenced by those videos. And when the yearly favorites comes, oh boy, that is literally a shopping list for me. I'm just adding things to cart as I'm watching those. Other than that, when it comes to reviewing stuff, if I have decided to review something, if I have decided this new palette that's being sneak peeked, I want to review it, nothing that anyone else can say is going to affect me or persuade me or influence me, especially since I'm not going to be watching anybody else's video until I tried it myself, because I don't want to be influenced in any way of like their reaction to the product. I don't want that to spill over to my reaction of the product. So when it comes to something that I want to review, nothing is influenced. When it comes to stuff that I'm just like, oh, I want to try a new foundation, or I want to try a new hair product, or I want to try a new perfume, the amount of perfumes that I have bought based on your recommendations, the viewers, that's also, that's a full column in my Excel spreadsheet on how I'm spending my money, if we're going to be totally honest. When it comes to fashion, I would say 90% of my purchases are inspired by Instagram fashion models, like Instagram fashion influencers. I am so easily influenced when it comes to fashion. Not that I'm influenced in the way that I would try a fashion that I don't already like, but if I see something that already fits with my style, with my aesthetic on someone that I like on Instagram, ooh, I am adding that to my I want to shop this Pinterest board in 30 seconds, and I'm already planning on how I'm going to be purchasing it. So many of my high-end like designer things, because I like saving up and buying the one thing, so many of them, I'm looking at them right now, are inspired by stuff that I've seen others wear on Instagram. A scary amount of those, if we're going to be honest. What is the item you would buy again without hesitation? The item I would buy again without hesitation, if I find a favorite within makeup, like this one, the NYX HD finishing powder in banana. This is what, my 6th, 7th. Without hesitation, I would even buy 2 at once. I also have the NYX, I don't know where I put it, but I have the eyebrow pencil. You can find these linked down in the description box in case you were interested. That one, without hesitation. The Patrick Ta brow gel, without hesitation. If I find a favorite of the kind of a product that I will go through, I will buy it again without hesitation, and I might even buy 2 at once. My self-tanner that I use, I like the Bondi Sands 1 Hour Express. I'm back in self-tanning mode because it is literally like a rainstorm outside right now. I have not been able to be by the pool for like a month because we're not in summer anymore. Stuff like that I will repurchase. Hair products, if I really like them, the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, without hesitation I will repurchase. I'm also very loyal if I find underwear that I find are comfy. I'm at the point right now in my life where I no longer want sexy underwear, I want comfy underwear. That's how you know you passed the threshold. I just want comfy underwear, and if I can find a brand that makes comfy underwear, I will buy again and again and again, and I will even like just stop looking. I'm not looking anymore. So yeah, those are the things that I will buy again and again without hesitation and without thinking about it, because I'm not really in the market of finding a new one. Every now and then something is dethroned and I find a new favorite, but that NYX powder has been my favorite for what, 5-6 years? It's really good. Next one is, do you splurge during a sale, Ulta, 21 days, SephoraSale, Black Friday? I would say yes and no. Like I said with the SephoraSale, I personally prefer the SephoraSale over the Ulta sale because I don't like when it's like, oh, you're getting 50% off, but only on these 3 things, and it's usually never the things that you want. I know that the last Sephora 21 Days of Beauty, I bought 2 things, I think. I bought 1 foundation that I was interested in, and I feel like I bought, oh, and I bought that lip balm from Too Faced. 2 things that I was interested in, 2 things that I actually wanted, but I would rather get even 10% on something that I want than 50% out of something that I really don't want. And that's just me talking. I know some people really love shopping a sale, but for me, it's like, if I didn't want it for full price, why would I want it if it's 50% off? I would never buy something that I wasn't already interested in during a sale. And also remember, if you're buying something during a sale and you're not using it and you're not like getting good use out of that, you didn't save any money, you wasted money because you bought something that you didn't want. So I try to not go crazy during sales. I know in the beginning I would buy a lot more during Black Friday, and I think that I spent quite a lot during the Sephora sale this springtime because there was a lot of things that I wanted to try. This Sephora sale, I bought like brush cleaners, shampoo, some hair products, some perfume that's actually being delivered today as I'm filming this, but I didn't go as crazy. But like, if I know there's a sale upcoming, you know, sometimes you can feel it, like it's in the air, you can tell that there's a sale upcoming. I will start to think like, is there something I want to try? Is there something I want to stock up on, like shampoo and conditioner that I go through? But I try to be smart. I will say though that like Black Friday is my favorite because usually that's when you can make the best purchases. And I will say that the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty that was last time this spring, I like that one a bit better, but it's a little bit of a Russian roulette. Like, you never know if you're gonna like the stuff or not. I just prefer to be able to pick out things myself. I actually am not planning to buy anything during this Black Friday. I was planning to purchase from Nomad Cosmetics because there was a couple of palettes that I wanted to buy, but they actually sent them to me in PR instead. So instead, I actually made an order from REM Beauty because they had 30 to 40% off. I think they still are doing that. Sign up for the newsletter if you were interested in that. So I bought 1 highlighter and 1 lipstick because those 2 I use a lot and I just want to have like 1 more color. And I thought that that was a pretty modest purchase. I'm sure that I will be buying some more things, but I am much more likely to buy some fashion things, I will say, during Black Friday than I am to buy makeup. But with that being said, since I am reviewing makeup, when it comes to these sale things, I already bought all the things I wanted to buy. So I think that these sale seasons, honestly, is good to stock up on things that you are low on. Or if you are not reviewing makeup and you really wanted to try that Natasha Denona palette or that Tom Ford foundation or that new fragrance that someone has been talking about for like a year, that's the perfect time for you to pick it up, because then you can get some money off. That's how I feel. So I would say I am definitely open for a good deal, but I could not be persuaded to buy something off sale that I already was not interested in getting full price. That is the short answer to that. I did not need that much time to say that. I'm feeling chatty today. How much of your collection do you use, and how many items have you not touched since purchase? I will say, it's a lot of things, of course, in my collection. If you have not seen, I have a video where I go through my collection and show you my makeup storage. Actually, that video was more popular than I thought it was going to be. It felt a little 2016 to show my collection, but yeah, that was a fairly recent video on my channel in case you want to see how I store my makeup. I will say that using it on my face, I might not get amazing use of all my collection, obviously, because I have a big collection. But doing comparisons and mentioning them in videos and stuff like that, I feel like I'm getting a really good use out of my collection. And even behind the scenes, sometimes I pull palettes and I look at them and I try to compare and there's so much planning that goes into filming YouTube videos. And I do feel, and this is me, it helps me to be a good YouTuber with having the stuff at hand. Do I need to own absolutely everything? No, definitely not. And this is why I do a declutter once a year, where I try to get rid of stuff that no longer fills a purpose in my collection. Not necessarily like, will I ever use this? It's more a, will I ever use this? Or will this fill a purpose in my collection for comparison or mentioning or collection videos or anything like that? So I try to be smart like that, but there are definitely things in my collection that don't get as much use as it should had I had a smaller collection, or had I like just used my makeup, like had my makeup to use it, not just to like review it. Sometimes I pull stuff and I'm like, oh, I really want to use this one. I pulled something the other day. Where did I put it? Oh, here. I hadn't used this for a bit. This is the Laura Geller Poppy Peach blush. It's like a sponge blush. I was like, oh, I really want to use that one. It's been a while since I used it. And I also pulled, actually, and this is what inspired me to buy that second highlighter, because this is truly one of the best highlighter formulas. And this is from R.E.M. Beauty, and I have it in Miss Mercury, which is just a bit too light for me, so I actually bought this in a shade darker. So I try to, when I do my makeup, I try to pull the things that I'm in the process of reviewing or the things that I'm needing for the video, and then I try to shop my stash for like stuff that I haven't been using in a bit. Like, I have this one in front of me. This one has been living in front of me for like, 2 months? The High School Musical, the red blush. This is so good, and I put it back in my collection. And then a couple of days ago, I pulled it out again because I was like, no, I'm not done with this one. It's so good. So I try to get good use out of my collection. Obviously, the piece of my collection that gets the most use when it comes to like a YouTuber perspective, like pulling them out, swatching them, talking about them, is my eyeshadow palettes. But they're also the part in my collection that probably gets the least used on my eyes, because my channel is pretty heavy on reviewing eyeshadow palettes. I think that this somewhat makes sense. Let's see what the next question is, because I think there's only like 2 left. Does your spending embarrass or stress you out? No, for the simple reason that I do not spend more than I make. And I think it is incredibly important to be honest with yourself when it comes to stuff like this. I never put any of my spendings on a credit card that I didn't know that I could pay off immediately. I don't do Afterpay. I don't do Klarna. Can I just apologize for Klarna? It is a Swedish invention. I'm sorry. I mean, I know we brought you Spotify and we're all happy about that, but I would like to apologize for Klarna. We didn't mean to, okay? I'm apologizing as a Swede for fellow Swedes for bringing you that. But that is how I have been dealing with it. It's like, if I don't have the money, then I don't have the money. If I don't have the money, I don't have the money. And even in the beginning of my makeup journey, as I was not seeing this as a business, because now it is a business. Even though this is my passion and I love what I do, I have to be a little business savvy about it, because at the end of the day, this is what's paying my part of the rent. I have to be smart. But even in the beginning, when I was not making any money of YouTube, because obviously I was not making any money at all in the beginning, I was like buying the stuff that I wanted to own. I bought a couple of palettes, I bought a couple of singles, and I showed them on my channel. And even then, I never spent more than I had. I had a full-time job, so I was able to spend money any way I wanted to. I don't have any kids, I don't have a mortgage, still saving for a house. So I was able to spend however I wanted, to be honest, but I just made sure that I'm not spending more than I could. So my spendings have never embarrassed me, and I will say as my channel grew, definitely my spendings grew as well, but they never outgrew the money that I made, so that I never was in a position where I was like, oh boy, I spent more than I made this month. I'm gonna be honest, hand on my heart, as you would say in Sweden, that has never happened to me. And I think that that is something that helped me with not feeling embarrassed or not feeling like I had to just hide my spendings to my significant other because I was not like shopping outside of my means. Have you made any changes in your spending habits and why? Yes, several times actually. I've had some changes. I had a low buy a couple of years ago in my channel, and that low buy was because I was being stressed out by the amount of products that was coming into my life, because I was shopping more than I had time to review, which is stupid. Don't do that. If you're a reviewing channel, do not buy stuff for review if you don't review them. Then the math ain't mathing. Don't do that. And that is what I was doing for a time, and I was like, wait, I need to put a halt to this, and I need to change my spending habits. Not because, again, going back to the previous question, not because I was spending more than I was making, but I was buying more things than I had time to review, so I had to be smarter. So I did a full year of a low buy where I was only allowed to buy 3 things a month, and I still allowed myself to get PR. So I was thinking it was gonna like level out with the PR and me just adding 3 things. And it really helped me with honing in a little bit on like, where does it go wrong? Where do I overshop? And it was definitely if I went to a site and I wanted to buy an eyeshadow palette, it was so easy to add more things in the cart. Oh, I'll buy this one, I'll buy a blush, I'll buy a lipstick, I didn't need that. I didn't need any of that. And that definitely has been better for me. Right now, I would rather pay for shipping than add stuff that I don't want to my cart to get free shipping. I think this is, I don't know, I've never heard this be a problem when I was living in Sweden. And I don't know if this is a US thing. You're gonna have to correct me in the comments. Please let me know your thoughts about this. But I have really gotten to notice once I moved to the US how much Americans hate paying for shipping. And I don't really understand why, because it's like there is no such thing as free shipping. Somebody is always paying for shipping, and trust me, some way or another it's you. If the shipping is free, it means that they add in the shipping price on the product. And it makes you feel like you're getting free shipping, but like you're not. You're paying for shipping one way or another. There is no special like free shipping company that like really big brands get. Like that's not a thing. One way or another you are paying for shipping. It is fascinating to me the way that we are shopping more to avoid to pay for shipping, but at the end you're still paying for shipping. So it is fascinating to me, but I would rather pay for shipping than get stuff that I don't want to my house. And that has really helped me with not adding things to my collection that I'm genuinely not interested in. And I recently started a new low buy as well. And it is more about, because right now I feel like I'm fairly on top of things when it comes to reviewing. I feel a little bit behind, but it's also because it's the end of the year and there are so many things that you need to do, like so many little sacks that you need to tie up and just so many loose threads that needs to be fixed towards the end of the year. But I feel like my problem has not been lately that I haven't been able to review the stuff that's been coming in, especially not the things that I've been buying myself. And recently I've also been getting a little bit more PR, especially from brands that I really love and respect, and that's also been helping me with, like, I don't need to buy as much makeup anymore to reinvest to my channel, because most of my favorite brands, actually, I'm very lucky that they're sending me stuff, so I could spend my money on other things. And that's what I've been saying with this low buy. It's not necessarily that I am, again, going broke or that I'm spending more money than I have. It's not necessarily that I am adding too many things into my life. It is more about I want to chill a little bit and I want to be more creative with my content and see if I can make videos that is interesting to you without spending money. It's like a challenge to myself, and I'm hoping to really be good at this skill better as time goes by, because I want my channel to be a mix. I don't just want to be about the new. I want to be about other things as well. Like this video right here. Again, I'm not sure if you find this interesting, but I thought that the questions were really fascinating and it really fit in with where I am right now with my low buy. And I'm saving, and the big thing that I'm saving money for, and I'm actually really good at saving money. I just pat myself on the back. I'm really good at saving money, and the thing that I'm saving money towards is buying a house, and it's going really good. But I was thinking, like, and this is just me when I was speculating about my low buy, if I spend even less money on makeup, maybe I can save even more money to future home. That's what I'm thinking. And also, I like fashion, I like traveling, and I'm like, maybe I can put the money there instead, in like experiencing things with my friends, experiencing things with my husband, buying ridiculously overpriced dog toys. I don't need to buy all the new makeup. And I just needed to have a reprogramming in my brain to just be like, there are other things in the world that I could be spending money on instead of makeup. And again, it is two separate accounts. The money I spend on makeup, that is my business account because my business is about makeup. And the money that I spend on other things, that is obviously my personal funds, like my salary. But I was hoping that maybe I can get myself a bigger salary. If I spend less on makeup and maybe still make the same amount of money, maybe I can have a bit more. Maybe I can buy ridiculously overpriced dog toys and take another weekend trip with my friends and treat my husband to a fancy dinner and go to the movies twice that month. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna go really sappy philosophical on you right here. Life is short, and sometimes I'm afraid that I'm missing it. It's literally that quote, like, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. And I am afraid that I am gonna be working. And for what? I'm about to turn 39. I'm halfway through my life. Well, I'm Swedish, so I'm a little less than halfway through my life if I'm gonna follow the trajectory of a Swede, but I need to do stuff as well. So yeah, that is where I'm at. If you want to do this tag, please do this tag. I was thinking first I was gonna do like a get ready with me, but I had this makeup on and I thought it was really cute, and it's super raining outside, so I definitely don't want to be walking the dogs. I hope they sleep until Ricardo gets back because it is raining. In Sweden, you're taught that it's called raining cats and dogs. Is that a thing, or did my Swedish English teacher make that up? Is that a thing? You say that? Raining cats and dogs? She made that up, didn't she? I knew it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe. If there's any kind of topics that you would like me to talk about in the future, I love doing chatty get ready with me, talking about life, talking about stuff. And of course, I can do like a get ready with me next time. I have a couple of things here that I know that you want me to use. Please let me know down in the comments. I try to read all of my comments. I fortunately do not have time to answer all my comments, but I do my best to read all of them. So don't forget to let me know down in the comments what you are wanting to hear more about in the future, and I will see you tomorrow for a new video. Bye!